emotional intelligence is just so important.
I understand
me,
that.
You being mindful of just who you are, your behaviors, your traumas, your triggers. Are you in therapy?
That's a good one.
Are you kind,
Oh.
I know. I didn't know until I found out with the rest of the world.
Any chance we'll see you on there?
She didn't ask me.
I'm okay.
How are you navigating this life now? You're a single father and keeping it, positive with the kids. How you doing this?
Just love. Everything starts and ends with love,
Yeah.
And we a family, you know what I'm saying? We're a family. No matter what people say, I block out the noise. At least I block out all the noise. And my kids is gonna live to see all this one day, like always.
Right.
Could Tia Mowry already be getting clowned by her own twin sister for trying to win Cory Hardrict back? Today, we're diving into some juicy developments where fans believe Tamara is quietly shading Tia, while Cory might already be stepping into a new chapter with someone else. Tia opened up in an InStyle interview about feeling alone after her divorce, saying she's never really been alone before. She's always had her sister and her marriage.
I came into this world with a twin, and right after that, I went into a 22-year relationship. So I have never been alone in my life. Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are.
But lately, things between Tia and Tamara aren't the same. Tamara's been dropping hints about boundaries, not returning to old situations, and growth. Comments that lines up oddly with the timing of Tia speaking about feeling lonely and possibly wanting reconciliation. Meanwhile, Cory said he's focused on healing and being a dad, hesitating to date, talking about how just holding hands on the street or walking down the street with somebody else feels a little frightening right now.
And right now, it's just like I'm still trying to figure out who I am right now, you know what I'm saying? Being, in a relationship for a while and being married for a while. And my priority is just like career and children. So right now, this is where I am today. Who knows, a year from now, where that may be.
20 years in one situation, it's a whole adjustment to even walk down the street with another person. This is different. I've been doing that over here, happy, sad, whatever. Switching it up is it's just...
Right. I mean, I haven't done that yet. So sometimes it just feels, the idea of it feels frightening. Like you just walking down the street and holding somebody else's hand or, having a girlfriend or date. It feels a little frightening right now.
You haven't broached this side of life at all?
You say broach.
And yet, rumors now swirl of a mystery woman linked to Cory, despite no confirmation or photos. Fans are side-eyeing the contrast. Tia sharing her journey of self-love and heartbreak, Tamara seemingly standing by, eyes rolling, and Cory quiet but reportedly moving forward. And the original story here, the one that stings most, is how long it's been since Tia said she could just pick up the phone and talk to her twin like she used to. Because that distance, that loss of closeness, makes everything leaking into rumors hit harder. But that's not all. Now let's rewind to why this new drama hit so hard. Because Tia and Cory weren't just a fling or Hollywood press couple. Their love story dates all the way back to 2005 when they met on the set of an indie film. Tia was already a star from Sister Sister, and Cory was just starting out. She even used to drive him home from work before romance sparked. They got engaged by Christmas 2006 and married in 2008. For over a decade, they were the poster couple. 2 kids, red carpets, and what fans thought was a picture-perfect marriage.
I see Cory as my partner in crime. It's like I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah. And Tia's been with me every step of the way. Through the ups and downs, the bad, the ugly, she knows ins and outs, everything. She knows it all. So it's I'd rather share that with somebody, for the rest of my life than someone who don't know you. And then when just say if everything was great, you don't know if it's genuine. You don't know if it's real. At least I know Tia got my back, to the grave. So I know she's with me and she knows I'm with her. And that's just, everything's not perfect.
I do have a feeling and a sense of freedom following my divorce, mainly because I had been struggling for a minute about what is it that I felt was best for me. Thanks to intuition and trust in self, I was able to move through that and feel, a sense of freedom.
Cory once said, "Tia got my back, to the grave," and Tia often called him her partner in crime. But behind the smiles, Tia later admitted she was losing herself. Not because Cory was toxic, but because she was pouring into everyone but herself. Her decision to divorce in 2022 wasn't about failure, she said. It was about choosing happiness. Thanks to intuition and trust in self, I was able to move through that and feel a sense of freedom. That's why the new rumors sting, because her exit was supposed to be healing. But now Cory might be showing the world he's already flipped the page, and fans wonder if the two were ever really aligned. Their post-divorce paths couldn't be more different. Tia filming her new reality journey, My Next Act, openly sharing the pain of being newly single.
Has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close.
While Cory retreats in silence, and yet that silence may be speaking louder than anything Tia's posted. While Tia's been navigating solo life with a camera crew and heartfelt confessions, Cory's been on a different wavelength, private, poised, and possibly preparing for a quiet new romance. Despite once insisting he wasn't ready to date, saying it just feels frightening right now.
Right. I haven't done that yet, so sometimes it just feels, the idea of it feels frightening. Like you just walking down the street and holding somebody else's hand, or having a girlfriend or date. Like it feels a little frightening right now.
You haven't broached this side of life at all?
You say broach.
Cory's name is now being floated alongside a mystery woman. No confirmed photos, no red carpet debuts, but enough chatter to stir the pot. Fans aren't buying the sudden switch. How does someone go from saying they're too shaken to hold hands in public to rumors of a soft-launched relationship? That disconnect is what's raising eyebrows. And as Tia hints at loneliness and reflection, being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. Cory's apparent pivot is casting doubt over how mutual that healing process really was.
I've never dated. Cory was my first.
Right.
Everything.
A few years into the marriage, you realized I made a mistake.
Tia, you shouldn't have to act in your life.
I would go home and feel alone.
What complicates it further is the silence. Cory's not reminiscing, not dropping nostalgia posts, not giving the press anything to chew on. Instead, he's rebranding, stepping out at premieres, landing roles, and making sure the headlines read Cory the actor, not Tia's ex. It's a subtle but powerful flex, and it sends a clear message. He's done playing the role of maybe. Meanwhile, the shade from Tamara only fuels the fire, especially when she talks about growth and boundaries at the exact time Tia's name is swirling with rumors of reconciliation. So now the dynamic is painfully clear. Tia might be reminiscing, but Cory's rewriting his story.
You've been very, very private about your separation and divorce from your wife, Tia Mowry. But what I love is there's not drama surrounding you. What would you tell people who are going through the same thing that you went through about how to stay in that lane?
You said it, the kids. It's like the kids is like if you really love your children, you won't get involved in the noise or the mess. And I make sure that I always think about them first. I put myself last. So if you do that, you're gonna avoid the mess, right?
Okay, I love it!
Now here's where things take a personal turn, because this isn't just about a breakup. It's about identity, history, and the ache of realizing your forever didn't last. Tia and Cory weren't a fling. They were a Hollywood fairy tale 14 years deep, nearly 2 decades of shared memories, family routines, and raising 2 children. Cory wasn't just Tia's husband. He was her first everything. First love, first heartbreak, first true partner. And when you've built that kind of life, walking away doesn't erase the bond. I've never dated, Tia once admitted. Cory was my first everything. It makes sense why she might look back and wonder, especially when co-parenting means they never truly cut ties. Add in lonely nights, holidays spent apart, and the constant reminder that her family no longer looks the same, and you start to see the weight of that silence.
We a family, you know what I'm saying? We're a family. No matter what people say, I block out the noise. At least I block out all the noise. And, you know, my kids is gonna live to see all this one day, like always.
Right.
Meanwhile, Cory's calm demeanor post-divorce, avoiding drama, skipping tabloid mess only makes it harder. He didn't slam her in interviews, didn't stir up scandal, just quietly focused on his kids. Everything starts and ends with love, he said, explaining his mindset. That kind of peace can be confusing. It doesn't scream closure, but it sure doesn't scream hope either. And while Tia has to reintroduce herself to a dating world she's never known, Cory's energy says he's already moved on from the chapter she's still rereading. And just when Tia might be reflecting the most, Cory appears to be sending a message loud without saying a word. His complete silence on their past, no nostalgia posts, no sentimental shoutouts, is a statement in itself. When someone doesn't even entertain memories, they're not pausing, they're propelling forward. And Cory is doing just that. He's rebuilding his brand, reclaiming his narrative as more than Tia's husband. From solo red carpet appearances to landing acting roles that stand on their own, he's writing a new story where Tia's no longer a chapter. He even publicly credits opportunities like Tyler Perry's projects for reigniting his passion and success, saying, "The money had me acting different, right?" It's lighthearted, but it underscores a bigger message. Cory's focused on his future.
I'm okay.
The only times he speaks about personal life are strictly about fatherhood. We're a family no matter what people say, he explained. But those words don't extend to Tia. They're about his kids. No flirty co-parenting pics, no blended family energy, just clear boundaries. His growing circle of new industry contacts, noticeable lifestyle upgrades, and increasing detachment from his old orbit paint the picture of a man evolving, separate, steady, and intentional. He's showing the world and Tia that he's not looking back. And that realization stings far more than any public shade ever could. Now enter Tamara Mowry, who's been keeping things classy but sharp, with fans convinced she's subtly clowning her own sister. While she hasn't come out swinging, her carefully timed comments about boundaries, growth, and not revisiting old situations have raised eyebrows, especially since they align perfectly with the rumors of Tia allegedly trying to spin the block with Cory. It's not what Tamara's saying, it's when and how she's saying it that has everyone buzzing. Fans haven't forgotten Tia's vulnerable confession that after her divorce she felt more alone than ever, including a shocking revelation that her bond with Tamara had weakened. "It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close," Tia admitted. That moment turned heads. Suddenly, the once inseparable twins seemed like strangers, and now Tamara's cryptic interviews are reading like a warning shot.
Emotional intelligence is just so important.
I
to
understand
me,
that.
you being mindful of just who you are, your behaviors, your traumas, your triggers. Are you in therapy?
That's a good one.
Are you kind,
She hasn't directly addressed Tia or Cory, but the subtext screams volumes. Some think Tamara's drawing a line, making it known she doesn't support a reunion, and maybe never did. Her silence when Tia's name trends, and her calm detachment whenever Cory is mentioned fuels the theory that Tamara's not just staying out of it, she's disapproving from the sidelines. And for a duo known for their public sisterhood, this subtle tension has fans asking, is Tamara protecting her peace, or just done with Tia's emotional loop?